Hi guys, bienvenue sur ma channel. My name is Ifeoluwa Ishola. If you are to- Hi guys, bienvenue sur ma channel. My name is Ifeoluwa Ishola. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking and always returning back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the family. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you will be alerted whenever I drop a video, and give this video a thumbs up. In today's video, guys, it's more like a vulnerable video. I will be sharing with you my struggles in the United Kingdom as an international student. And yeah, let's just talk, and let's see if this can help some students who are in the United Kingdom as well, going through the same thing, and all those that are just coming. So if they sound like something you are interested in, comment on. All right, guys. So I said it earlier that I will be sharing with you some struggles that I have had or that I'm still having, that I'm navigating through as an international student here in the UK. For those of you that are new in this channel, I'm an international student here in the UK, studying communications, media practice, and public relations. Um, I'm here in Wales in Swansea University, and I came here late last year, and I've been here for roughly like 6 months. And I would say that it is not easy. It's so hard, but at the same time, it's really not that hard. Like, I don't know where to put it, but at the same time, I feel like there are some struggles that I've gone through or I'm still going through that had kind of cost me some things. Some has landed me into trouble, guys, like big trouble. Some I've been able to navigate through it and I'm fine. Some I'm finding my way about it. And I just felt like sharing it with you guys will help me to, like, offload some of this burden, and at the same time kind of like connect with someone who is here that might be going through the same thing, or you're planning to come here. So it will help you to like ease more easily into the system, if you understand what I mean. So I will be sharing with you like seven of the things I'm struggling with. Yeah, I have them down somewhere so I don't go off track. I love to talk. Yeah. So the first thing I'll say is the academic style. Guys, the academic style of teaching, of writing is quite different from that of Nigeria. And it's not even quite different. It is different, like different from that of Nigeria. Like it is so different, and it can be overwhelming coming in. And when I came in last year, when I resumed late. So like some lecture had gone and I wasn't able to be part of like the orientation, induction, things like that, which I felt that was where I could have learned some things. But because I came in late and I was more concerned about not missing my enrollment deadline and a lot of things that surrounded my resumption, I really didn't have time to engage with these things on my Canvas. And when I mean Canvas, it's like a portal for a student where you can access some of the materials and information concerning your modules. So yeah, I could not do all these things, and I felt like they've already introduced students to like the academic style and everything. But then I went in, and guys, it got me into a big trouble, like big trouble. Although it's sorted now, and who knows, I might share it when I'm in a good space. I might share that story with you. But I'm thankful that it wasn't really huge. Like we could have resulted into a huge thing, but God so faithful. God was able to see me through and I found favor. So yeah. So the academic style of teaching here is overwhelming, being the fact that they do more of interactive way of teaching. And at the same time, coming as a master's student, they see you as colleagues, you understand? So they believe that you are a professional, I'm a professional teaching you. So we should be able to meet at a common ground, right? So basically what they do is before class, they send you materials. You have to read before class so that during the class, you'll be able to like know what they are doing. But me, I did not used to read it then. So I was just going to the class blank. And then every other person is talking in class and I'm wondering, what are they saying? And like, I don't know what they are saying. So yeah, it was really frustrating at first. And the fact that it was even online class last year. So like I'll just be sitting in front of my laptop and I'm wondering what are they saying? Like I'm not understanding what is going on, things like that. And then coming to a point of the assessment where you have to write assignments and things like that, they call it assessments. So coming to that point where you do all those things, their own style of writing is so different from that of Nigeria. They take referencing so serious, like super, super, super serious. Like it's a huge offense here. And we are not used to that in Nigeria. So it was really kind of hard for me to comprehend at first, especially that last year. It was really overwhelming and choking. But I think I'm getting a hang over it right now. Yeah. Because first semester ended in January. We got our feedback in February, and I think I did pretty well. Yeah, I'm not in like the distinction where I want, but at least I'm in like 60s, and that is good. I mean, it's good, at least from what my academic mentor says. It's good for a start, and I hope to like improve myself. Being now that I've been able to like learn some things, ease myself into the system and things like that. So yeah, that's about the academic style of writing. And let me tell you, you might feel overwhelmed. You might feel out of place. You might feel like you don't know what you want to write. How many books are you going to read? Things like that. It can be choking because they will tell you you want to write an assessment of 2005 words. You cannot use anything less than 10 books. Guys, like you read it. So it can be kind of challenging. Another thing that I've struggled with is the fact that masters being a master student in the UK means you have to like be self-taught. You have to like study a lot. There's a limit to which the lecturer is going to tell you. They just push out materials to you and they expect you to make findings, research, be able to, teach yourself a lot of things. And I wasn't used to that in Nigeria. So coming here, it's more like they expect you to have read things, digest. And when we meet the class, it's more of a thing of question and answer. So you've read the materials, okay, so what was the issue? What didn't you quite understand? The kind of thing. But me, I went to class with the idea, or should I say, with the mentality that lecturer should teach me. I should carry biro and paper. And, right, today's topic is this is what we're doing. But here, they already send you the materials before class. They expect you to go through it. And then when you come to class, it's just more like questions and answer. What didn't you understand in it? Okay, this is that, and things like that, which I struggled with at first as well because I do not even used to remember there's something in my email for me to read until I get to class. And it's not my fault. It just happens. Okay. But then I think gradually easing into the fact that this is a system that they use and you also have to gradually warm up to it. It's getting better. Okay. Now, another thing I struggle with here in the United Kingdom is the weather. There's a way the weather kind of affects studies. And at first, I thought it was only me, but having to have conversation with other international students as well, then I noticed we're on the same page. So what do I mean by the weather? Yeah, when we came in last year, it was during the winter. So we came inside the cold. You understand? And it was super cold. And coming from Nigeria, there's like a tropical part and it's super hot in Nigeria. Now, coming into a place that is so cold, like it's a huge change, right? Like it's a huge transition. And we're always layering up and trying to wear that thermal will never works for me. Me, I don't know. Like if it works for you, probably I'm not that is buying the wrong thing. Let me know in the comment section. But seriously, thermal it didn't work for me. I had to like layer up, put jacket and everything. And it seems like you're still cold. So I think like there's the way the cold affected, especially last year when most of our lectures was online, and it's so hard for you to struggle out of under your blankets to come and attend lecture. You understand? And I felt like it was easy for me because I had a husband, or I have a husband. I have a husband who is like time conscious, award winning, time conscious punctuality person, if you understand. Yeah. So if he has an appointment for 9, trust me, it's good. So I had the help of him always like on the laptop for me and trying to connect while he's trying to drag me out of bed. And I felt like that helped a lot, even though there are a lot of classes that I would have just I just omitted and have it in the back of my mind that there are materials on the canvas I can easily go back to, okay? And it happens to a lot of people that they miss classes. But the issue here is you need to have like a certain percentage of engagement, a certain percentage of attendance that is usually sent to the UKVI, and then for them to know that, okay, being a student, you're engaging with lectures. So you see how much of a trouble it could have caused if I usually just giving into the struggle of wanting to stay under my blanket because it's cold and then I miss my morning classes. You understand? And even some people, because of how cold it is that they do not want to step out, some end up not even coming to the physical class, or some end up not being able to spend ample time in the library because it's cold. So when they finish lecture, everybody wants to rush back home because it's really cold outside. And by the time you get back home, me, I don't know. For me, I can't get back home and say I want to read because my husband is at home. We'll just we'll watch film, you cook. So at the end of the day, time has gone. You like another day has come in, which can really make self study so hard because you don't want to stay in the library. You're cold. You don't even want to stay in your study area in your room because it's cold. So the only place you want to stay is under your duvet where it is warm. And what is the end result of that? Sleep, sleep, sleep. And before you know it, time has gone. It's time for you to submit an assessment, and you're rushing to do that, hereby making you make some mistakes that could land you into a great trouble. Okay. Now, another struggle that I have as well is the in-house jokes and examples that they use during lectures. And I'm really not like I don't blame them, right? Because I mean I'm the one that came into their country to say I want to come and learn. So of course I don't expect the lecturer to use examples from my own home country for me to understand. He's going to use examples that he's familiar with, right? Because I remembered last year in a PR class, and the reason why I'm referring most times to last year is because last year I had a lot of theoretical class, but this year I'm doing more practical. So last year was more theory, and we had to be going to class, having seminars and things like that. And I remember a particular PR class, we were talking about crisis management stuff, and then they were talking about brands, the way brands mitigate whatever effect that might have happened and things like that. And they were talking about different brands, McDonald's. We don't have McDonald's in Nigeria. They were talking about dogs racing, like I don't know what that's called. Why will dog be racing in Nigeria? Do we even have field for dog to come and be racing in Nigeria? Like, do you understand what I mean? And everybody understood what he was talking about, and people were contributing. And for like 1.5 hours, I was just blanked out in the class. And I was just laughing awkwardly, like I do not understand what was going on. I do not even understand the jokes they were making, and everybody was so engrossed in it. Now it took me 1.5 hours for me to be able to link it that, oh, it's just the same way MTN will give you 2 minutes of call because you've been there because their network has a meltdown or something. Like brands really mitigating, or the way Shoprite will decide to do slash sales or slash deals because something happened. And I'm like, so this is what this man has been talking about since I know it. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it can be that you just feel like you're so left out in class. You don't know what's going on. Everybody's giving examples and you're just there. So ways at which I've helped myself over time is when I engage with the material before class, I try to use brands in Nigeria that I know that I'm familiar with, or similar situations that could have happened in Nigeria that I'm familiar with. And that helped me a lot because I remember the second assessment I did that I submitted sometimes in January. The feedback were amazing because I could link it with something that I know, which brought about originality in it. So as a student, you might feel left out at times in the in-house jokes and examples that they use in class, which is normal because what do you want to do about it? You're the one that came and met them here that you want to study. So there's nothing you can do about it because you can't use examples from your own home country because it doesn't know it as well. So I feel like the way you can help yourself is try to relate it with something close that has happened in your country because trust me, no example is new. If they're talking about brands, we have brands in Nigeria as well. If they're talking about McDonald's, we shall have KFC in Nigeria. What do we have as well? You try to look for something that's close. If they're talking about dog racing, human being racing our own land, like, sure, you get what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, cows. You see cows racing on the street as well. They are talking about films. Oh, this is that documentary and this and that. Remember Gabriel Afolayan, all those huge, huge people we also have, and then try to see a way by which you can help yourself understand. Okay. Now, another thing I struggle with as well is the use of honorifics. In this place, I don't even think they know the meaning of honorifics. They don't use sir or use Professor this, Doctor that. They don't even care. And I felt like I struggled with it at the beginning when I came because I found it hard to be calling a whole professor by name. Like, who does that? But they do that here. And it was really hard for me because it makes me not want to engage with even my academic mentor because I don't know how I'm just going to call her Ife. I'll be like, hi, Ife. Who born you? You understand that kind of thing? So it was really, really hard. But then they always tell you, "Yeah, please don't call me." And I'm always like, I'm that kind of person that when I send email, good day, sir. How are you doing, sir? How is work and everything, sir? And sir, I want to hack that. Like I used to use sir to want to kill somebody's son. You understand? So they will not tell me like, do you know sir is the title? Like it's conferred on knights. So and then I don't have a title and I'm like, well, I don't know how to explain it to you, but in my culture, like where I'm coming from, sir is like respect, like it shows I have respect, and they will tell you, no, we're colleagues, okay? You're a master student, and. It was hard for me at the beginning, and I cannot say that I'm perfect in it right now, but I think it's better. So what I try to do is I don't call their name because it still used to it's like heavy in my mouth for me to call. But then I feel like they just see that if we're on a first name basis, it will help us to interact more. It will help us to learn quickly. It will help us to not shy away from our lecturers. You understand how thing and help you to be able to build relationship with them. Because in this place, they will even encourage you to talk to your lecturers. You know how we used to run away from our lecturers in Nigeria. You shall know the reason why. But in this place, they'll be encouraging you to talk to them. So it's always hard when I think one thing that happened was when I just arrived and there was this assignment they were to do and I've not done it. And there's a way your lecturer will know if you're engaging with the class or module and your canvas. So he sent me a message and it was like, oh, he has seen that I've not been like engaging with the mini assignments or policy or this and that. If I need to talk, I could come in during the contact hour. And I'm like, no, me and you. Talk with him. No, 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 no. I'm married. Like my mind quickly went to something else. I thought of an ulterior thing. Why is that? Because of the kind of background I had. So I was just like, why will my lecturer be concerned about the fact that I'm not doing my assignment? What does he want me to talk about? Why do I have to book an appointment for him to talk to me? You understand that kind of thing? But all he was just concerned about is everything okay? Am I settling in well? Is something wrong that I need to work on? Like, that kind of thing. So yeah, it can be a way by which you want to run away from them because you're like, don't go close to him. But in this way, they're really just harmless. All they're just trying to do is make sure they just want to help you. And I struggle with that at first. I'm still struggling with it, but I think I'm getting better than it was. Now, another thing I struggle with as well is confidence, guys. And as strange as this sounds, I struggled with it and I did not like the feeling. And it usually happens like, when you are in class and everybody's making contributions, and then you want to make a contribution, when you contribution, more Yoruba, and you want to make a contribution as well, and then you say something, and the lecturer is like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't quite get that." See, that statement alone can destabilize you because everybody is not looking at you and you are wondering, did I not pronounce it right? Did I not accentuate my words? Is it something wrong? Whereas the only difference is just our accent. It's just different. So it just takes time for them. And imagine somebody like me that love to talk fast. I'm a fast talker, right? So when I make contribution in class, I'm like blah 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 blah. Blah. In my head, I'm feeling myself like more like I read this paper before I came to class. And then I finished talking, and the lecturer is like, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. And I didn't get that. It's not in the sense of me, you didn't say the right thing, but she didn't understand. But that little phrase or sentence or monosyllable, I don't know, of I didn't get that can destabilize you. And then in my head, I'm like, okay. And everybody is looking at you to retake the same thing. And me, like I'm this person, like when I have to start taking my words syllable by syllable, it kind of like brings up my anxiety issues and I'm concerned about the way I pronounce it. And then I want to start faking accent that is not there. And then they cannot now hear me again. Like, do you understand like the complication of life? So it got so bad to the extent that it kind of drew up my anxiety again. And if you remember, sometimes I shared with you the fact that I had to fight with anxiety, I fought with, inferiority complex. And I was, like confidence is something I don't joke with. I don't allow you to want to talk down on me or try to question it. So now when I now feel like it's being questioned, it kind of kakpamiko, like put my hand together. You understand, in class, and I do not want to talk. And when I'm now forced to talk, my heart is beating so fast, like there's already tears in my eyes, my voice is shaking, and I really do not like that feeling. So it makes me struggle so much to the extent that I really be contemplating if I should miss class because we're really not that much in some of the modules that I do, and they really want you to contribute. And I don't want to contribute because they cannot hear me. So I just resorted. I think I even made a video sometimes in January, like it was so bad that day in class when I was asked to talk about the topic I want to do for my dissertation. Guys, I felt like I was going to go into cardiac arrest. Why? Because I'm concerned the lecturer is going to say, oh, I did not hear what you're saying. Whereas it's not my fault. It's not my fault I have an accent. I was born in Nigeria, bred, raised here. So I have an accent. You were born here, bred, raised. Do you think I do? Sure, you think I'm hearing you too? We both have the issue. I'm not hearing you too as well. But at the same time, I'm trying my best to make sense of what you're saying. You sure you get what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying. So if you're talking, well, I'm stop. So if you're talking so fast through your nose and I can't hear you, I'm trying to be more attentive. I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying. So the same way, be attentive to me, bro. Okay? Just calm down. Calm down and hear my words. And then the both of us can meet at a point. So don't make it look like I'm not the one that did not know how to speak English. Or I'm the one that did not understand. We are just from the same part of different part of the world, same English but different accent. All right. And I think when you understand that, it's not going to mess up with your confidence. You just know that since they pronounce bottle as bo'u, your own is bo-tu. That's how they teach us pronunciation. And if you now want to try to speak like them, you will not be faking accent. They will not know hear at all. So which one do you now want to go for? This is like a brief struggle, guys. Like it's it's a real struggle. But at the same time, I've come to that point where it's a thing of I'm going to try and slow down, slow my pace when I'm talking to you, and at the same time, make sure I accentuate my words so you know them. Now, if you when you want to say some words, you use high intonation, and me I use low intonation, it's just the same word. You get what I'm saying? You understand? So it can mess with your confidence, guys. Don't think here because I remember in January, I was even telling my husband like, is something wrong with me? Like I'm getting nervous unnecessarily and stuff like that, and it was really messing with my headspace, and I wasn't liking it because I don't like anything that mess with my self-esteem or my confidence or something. I don't like it. So don't come and tell me because I don't speak through my nose. I cannot talk or you did not hear me. And I have to keep repeating myself 4 times. And by the time you keep repeating yourself, too much ice is now on you. And then when they now get you, they will now be like, oh, you mean needu? Needu, I think needu is same thing. Okay, it's used for sewing of clothes. You understand? So, but then it's just that the way we pronounce things is just different. So it can mess you up at times. But trust me, guys, you'll be fine. Just own up to it because you know what you were saying is correct. And do not allow that stop you from asking questions or trying to make contributions and things like that. All right. Now, another thing I want to talk about is time and the bus system. The last time I took the bus, guys, I still ran to the bus stop. I don't know when I'm going to get used to this thing because I don't even know if I'm going to get to it because these people, they are time efficient. Okay, Lord, like if they tell you the bus is going to be here by 8:25, trust me, 8:20. If you are not there, if you get there 8:26 and they've closed that door, for me, see, and here, like, I know I have closed the both of the half. Yes, and it's really kind of like, for somebody that is coming from Nigeria where I can easily just stop, like, hey, you understand what I'm saying? Now I cannot, hey. If I miss that bus, I'm staying extra 1 hour. And me, I'm a late comer. I'm not proud of it, but I have my reasons. But at the same time, I'm trying so hard to be punctual, work with time and things like that. So like when we first arrived it was really a struggle, guys, especially the fact that I was living far away from school and missing my bus at a specific time can mess up my whole timetable. Like that is how time efficient it is in this place. So if you miss a bus and you need to take the next one, trust me, your whole schedule have been messed up. Except if you leave the house like super, 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 like you allowed time for Like, okay, what if the bus is cancelled or what if I missed it or something? But if you miss it, just stand. I can't tell you how many times I stood in the cold for 1 hour. Why? Because I missed my bus. Or times where I missed my bus stop. That one is even another annoying thing, guys. You know the way we can just tell bus person like, oh wow, like it's okay, I want to drop here. If there's not a bus stop, they will not drop. So imagine that this is where you are going. The bus stop is here. And the bus will get here first. Oh. You cannot say, oh, this is my stop. Oh, sorry. This is the bus stop. So they will take you to the bus stop and then you will not trek back. That's the way it works, right? So there are times where I just probably I stood in the wrong, and you know this place they are another huge struggle. You know they are driving at the right hand side, right? So when the bus is coming, it goes through the left. When it's going, it comes through the right. But me, I'm going out. I would think that I should stay normal road. Where should I have stayed, right? Me, I'll stay there. Bus have passed. And then if the bus is going, you cannot say, oh, see me here. They'll just tell you, they're so good with that thing. And then you're standing there for extra 1 hour again. So yes, it was a struggle when I came in. I'm getting better actually. I'm setting alarms and working towards it, giving myself extra time. But this place, the bosses are efficient. They are time conscious. Like if they tell you something is starting by 9, it's starting by 9. If they tell you this thing is going to end by 9:47, is ending by, like, I'm using these odd numbers for you to know how time efficient they are. Now, another thing I struggle with, which I think is the last thing because I'm trying to look at my notes, is the fact that I do not have ample time to hang out with my husband. And guys, it's a huge struggle for me because coming from Nigeria, I love to hang out. Like me and hang out, we are 5 and 6. And I love to discover new places. And even before I got married, I'm that kind of person that when I discover a new place, I'll just take myself out, eat, and just live the like baby girl life, you understand? And even after I got married, I incorporated it into my marriage. So I literally, I mean, is there hardly a week we don't go out? Olem, when we're in Nigeria, I doubt it because I will usually drag him out, or let's say once in 2 weeks. But we will shall have a place to go. You understand? I'm that kind of a person. See, guys, if you want me to be your tourist guide in Abuja, just come and pay me money. I know nice places that you can go with Boo and B. Okay, and my husband can testify to that. Say amen.
Amen.
So I usually like just we hang out, just visit new places, and gradually it has become part of us because I love it. Because during that time, we get to discuss about things, we get to talk, we get to like make memories that we have time to relive on. But we go to the United States Kingdom and we cannot even hang out. Why? Number one, cold. We can't even stroll. Because you're like, you are always throwing inside 1 degree weather. Like, where are you going to? We can't stroll. And even when you say, okay, let's take a stroll during the day, the weather in Wales is so unpredictable. Before you know it, the rain will just start. And then you get drenched. And then they will fault you for saying, you're the one that carried me out. Things like that. And now that we're even in the spring, where the sun is out, I mean, we just literally entered spring, which I'm so excited about. Now that we're in the spring, we don't have time because my husband works full time and he takes on extra shifts because we have bills to pay. Okay, so he take on extra shifts. I have so much practicals and work and assessments that I'm doing as well. And by the time we get back in the evening, we don't even remember to hang out. And even weekend, I was going to say, oh, okay, we're doing my weekend. Look at it now. It's Saturday. I'm filming. After filming, I need to edit. I need to cook for the week. We need to do laundry. Before you know it, Saturday has gone. Sunday, we go to church. After service, see some people. After that, we are back home. We want to rest before the bustling up and down of Monday start again. And before you know it, it keeps piling up like that. And the fact that, okay, let's say, oh yeah, let's order in and eat now. We have to be frugal. Why? Because we have a lot of bills. So we have to be frugal with our spending. So for me, it's a huge struggle for somebody who is used to that kind of a lifestyle, somebody who sees it as a time for me to be like the baby girl, like for me to just, be with my husband and talk and things like that. And right now, we have to now look for alternative ways to make sure that we will still talk, to make sure that, okay, we shall still, have that time. So yeah, it's a struggle for me, guys. Like it's still a struggle, and we're trying to like think of new ways by which we can, make ample time of it. So please, if you're here in the UK with your partner, please let me know things that you do, that you guys do for fun, that is not going to be like it's cost effective, code is not going to kill the both of you, and understand like things that you can just do in the house. Of course, I know we try to do TikTok, which usually to take like the anointing of God from my husband to know with me, but you get so we just like to talk with Jesus. Hey, boo. So we just we do things like that. But yeah, it's a huge struggle for me here, and I'm really trying my best to make sure that we just make ample time and it not affecting, the kind of outing person that we were when we were in Nigeria. You understand? So yeah, I think those are the 7 basic struggles that I have as an international student. And I'm not sharing this for you now to be scared, like, oh, are we now going to go? This place is amazing, guys. It's sweet. You understand? So I'm just sharing this with you so you don't feel like you are alone, especially in the academic field. So you don't feel like, oh, am I the only one that is not understanding? Oh, am I the only one that is doing this and doing that? Okay, just for us to be able to relate, and at the same time for it to help somebody. If you're planning to come into the United Kingdom, that means you now know what to, prepare yourself for ahead of time. Or if you're here in the United Kingdom, you already know that, oh, I'm not alone in this. And at the same time, for me to also offload it, be vulnerable with you guys, be able to talk about it, and then move on from it. Okay, so yes, guys, that is that about this video. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you have watched to this point and you've not subscribed, why have you not subscribed? Like, why? It's not easy to talk. This is the second cup of water. Yeah, subscribe. Okay, thank you. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.